Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Solo Game Day, and Album VR Week continues here at Heavy Cardboard. Teach, play, and discuss medium and heavy strategy board games, war games, 18xx. I am your host, Edward Euler. Happy to be joined by y'all. So hopefully you guys are having a good Thursday. I'm having a pretty chill Thursday. Gotta go check out some new chairs after the stream today, so looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I'm looking forward to playing some Town Center. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to this as well. So obviously, I'm going to be doing a solo playthrough of Town Center, designed by Album VR and published by Luda Creations, or at least I think the version I have. Yeah, this is the 4th edition, which I'll be honest, apparently there are earlier editions, obviously, if this is the 4th, but from everything I understand, nothing changed, just some clarifications in the rule book, so on and so forth. But that's about it. Yeah. Plays 1 to 4 players, apparently. We're going to do it solo today. So welcome, everybody watching live around the world as well as after the fact. Before we get started, big thanks to all the patrons who help make all this possible, and to all of y'all who choose to watch the show. Certainly appreciate it. Give it a thumb down below, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, because it really does help the channel. And if you want to support the show, like all of those folks do choose to do so, you can go to pledgehc.com, support the show there. Don't forget, check out the podcast over on heavycardboard.com or your favorite podcast app. All right. How we doing? Hopefully y'all doing well. I'm doing well. Figure it's a short stream, so I don't mind wearing a sweater. So, all right. All right, y'all ready? Let's get into Town Center, shall we? Everything I'm going to be teaching today is going to be from the, how should I say this? The first phase, I believe, is a little bit different multiplayer, but I'm only going to teach it from the solo point of view, so keep that in mind. Other than that, also, this is one of the advantages of the PTZ camera. I have adjusted it to where you guys, since it's a 3D thing, you guys will be able to see the depth as well, because that's going to be a really important key in this game. So if you all are ready, I'm ready. Let's get into Town Center, shall we? All right, so there we go. That looks pretty, doesn't it? All right. Woo! All right. So, Town Center. We are the mayor of a startup town, and we are going to be building up our town over here, as you can see. All right. There are blocks. There is the game board. There is the player aid, along with, it's player aid, along with the victory point track, round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. All right. There you go. So that said, let's go ahead and talk about how you actually play Town Center, shall we? All right. So each player starts with a cube of their color. So I am obviously yellow. It's going to start at the 3 victory points as well. All right. Then for each player, I should say, there are going to be 3 red blocks. All right. There are going to be 6 green, 3 blue, 4 yellow, and 4 black that go into the bag of mystery. So all of those will go into the bag. Everything else, and I will show you guys, everything that's out here as well as all of those there are extra blocks. Now, that'll come into play. I have this set up as an example, but those will come into play because some of those are going to be used in the actual game that aren't in the bag themselves. All right. So now that we have everything into the bag, let's talk about how you actually play the game. Well, the game consists of 10 rounds. Now, there are 20 cubes in here. So when the bag's empty, the game ends. Or we could use an extra little black marker and just kind of move it along on the first 10 numbers, even though that is not technically a turn track. But I figure I'll try and remember to move that along as we go, just so instead of counting cubes out of the bag, we know how many actual rounds it's been already. All right. Each round of the 10 rounds is broken up into the same 5 phases. There is the investment phase, the construction phase, development phase, tax revenue phase, and public works phase. All right, and each round follows the exact same 5 phases in order. So here we go. The first phase is pretty simple. I'm going to draw out, after we scramble them up, and again, this is just going to be an example, I'm going to draw out 3 cubes from the bag. I'm going to choose to build 2 of those, and the third one is going back into the bag. So let's say I did something like that. That's phase 1. Boom, done. That's the investment phase. In a multiplayer game, that is a different system. But again, we're only talking about the solo, so draw 3, keep 2, put 1 back in the bag. Easy enough. Boom, done. The second phase is the construction phase. All right. So now I'm actually going to be building these blocks out there on the main board themselves. But before we get started on any of this, we need to talk about adjacency, and that is why I have this example set up over here on the board itself. All right? All right. So adjacency is in 6 directions. All right? We are going to be looking at that blue cube right there that is on the second level, okay, that you guys can see. Adjacency in this game is always orthogonal, meaning only north, south, east, and west. So that blue cube is adjacent to all 4 of those green cubes. I think that seems pretty simple, pretty cut and dried. However, adjacency also is vertical, meaning both above and below where that cube is. All right? So in other words, that blue cube, as you can see, is not adjacent to 4, it's adjacent to 6 different green cubes. As you can see, we have north, south, east, west, and then vertically above and vertically below. I hope that makes sense. This is one of the key components to this game that absolutely has to make sense, and you have to have straight in your head, all right, before we go any further. So that blue cube is adjacent to 6 different green cubes, above and below, as well as the 4 orthogonal directions. So assuming that I've beat that into your heads enough, let's go ahead and continue through on the construction phase, which is phase 2. Now, the things that I am about to talk about, I said that right. All right, only pertain to this phase. I want to stress that again. The rules for placement apply to this phase and this phase only, all right? So whenever you build, so if I were to build this green cube, okay? And again, we're not, our example was set up here simply for adjacency. A green, which is a residential cube, cannot be placed adjacent to any other green cube on the board. Okay? In other words, I cannot place this here because it would be adjacent both to this cube as well as that cube. So I cannot place there, but I could place it there because that is not orthogonally adjacent to any other green cube. Now, you see that it has one that is to the east and one that is to the north. However, those are on the second level. This green cube is on the first level. Ergo, they are not adjacent to one another. Okay, that orthogonally adjacent means straight across this way, not diagonal up there or diagonal up there. I'm hoping that I'm driving this point home because this is going to be extraordinarily important to understand this, okay? Again, adjacency is only in straight lines, okay? On the cardinals, northeast, southwest, or vertical or horizontal. Okay, not diagonal like that, not diagonal that. So that is a legal placement. So during the construction phase, green residential cubes, or green are residential, residential are green, cannot be placed adjacent to one another. In addition to that, blue cubes cannot be placed adjacent to one another during the second phase. Okay? All right, easy enough. Placing red cubes out on the board during this phase costs $5. Those are offices, okay? The game is going to start with a purple, call it the mayor, I forget the actual term for the purple building, but this is going to be the only building that is on the board to begin with. So the purple cube counts as an office building as well as we go along. placing a red cube during construction costs $5. We start with $3 over here, as you can see right there. Money is victory points is money. So once you get to $5, then you can spend the $5 to be able to place a red cube. If you draw a red cube out and you choose to have it out here and you cannot place it, then it gets discarded out of the game or over into the general supply. All right? All right. Black cubes, however, are one of two things. They are either parking lots or they are elevators. All right? Parking lots, black cubes can only be placed in the city center. All right, so now that we've explained our center here, we're going to move all this out of the way, and we'll say we'll place that right there. So if you take a look at the board itself, you'll see that there is a 3x3 grid in the center that is technically the city center. Out here, in all of these three spots on all of the cardinal sides are the suburbs. Parking lots, black cubes, can never be placed out in the suburbs. So they must be placed out here in one of the 9 center spots. However, there are a couple other rules. Number one, parking lots must be placed on the ground level, period, the end. So in other words, you can never have a parking lot up above another building, regardless of what kind of building it is. In addition to that, you can never build anything on top of a parking lot with one exception. So that is not allowed. However, what is allowed is being able to place another black cube on top of a black cube. Now notice I did not say placing a parking lot on top of a parking lot, because that is a parking lot. As soon as it goes to level 2 or higher, it is now called an elevator. And what the rules are on this is allowed to be as high as 5 high. So there can be 5 black cubes stacked up as high as, well, 5 cubes. And the reason for that is going to be the limit on how high any other buildings in your city or in your town can be. So if you have only a parking lot, there can only be level 1 buildings out there. If there is a level 2 elevator, now all the other buildings can be level 2, et cetera, up to 5 high. Does that make sense? I hope so, for construction, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? All right. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the yellow cubes here for a minute. Yellow cubes are power plants, okay? And buildings are going to need to be powered to be able to run, all right? So, for an elevator to run, it must be powered. One power plant powers an entire grouping of a type of building. So in other words, if we had something along the lines of this power plant is going to be powering that 2-level elevator. It's also going to be powering this 3-block commercial building, or a commercial group, I should say. This group is 2 high here, and it consists of 3 blocks, but because this is orthogonally adjacent to that blue building over there, this is considered a part of the same group. Hopefully that makes sense, okay? All right. So the height of a powered elevator is going to be the maximum height of any other building in your city. And I should also point out that when a building is built, when a block is put out there, it is put out there permanently, okay? All right. Out here in the suburbs, max height is 1. Max height in the city center is whatever a powered elevator is. Okay, I think I've driven that point home, or those points home, good enough. And yes, thank you, Lawrence, that is Town Hall, which also doubles as a office building. So let's go over this a little bit. Let's recap a little bit, okay? Even though I'm only a little bit of the way into this. Phase 1 is going to be the investment phase. Draw 3 cubes out, keep 2. Phase 2, which is what we just got done talking about, is going to be the construction phase. All of everything that I just talked about is regarding the construction phase. Phase 3 now is going to be the development phase. Now we're going to see whether or not our town is eligible for growth, okay? Cubes used for growth are taken from the reserve, not from the bag, but they are taken from the extra cubes that are not in the game, okay? Growth is mandatory. You cannot choose to not grow. If you can grow, you must grow, okay? But the order in which you choose to grow is up to you. All right, and if there is more than one possible growth area, you choose how it grows. All right. So let me make sure that I word this correctly here. Every adjacent office cube more than green. So let me word, I feel like I'm doing a poor job of explaining that, so hold on. A group of contiguous adjacent green residential cubes grows if the number of office cubes are more than residential. So let's go ahead and put this out. Let's say, all right. A group of contiguous adjacent green residential cubes grows if the number of adjacent red office cubes is greater than the number of green cubes. So if we take a look here, we have 2 red cubes, 1 green cube. So therefore, the green is going to grow. It must grow orthogonally. So our options for growing green are there, because that is adjacent, there, but however, everything out here in the suburbs is going to be -1 point at the end of the game, so keep that in mind. Or we could grow vertically like that, because we have a powered elevator that is too high and that is adjacent. So there we go. Does that make sense? However, building that there is not adjacent because this is a level 1, this is a level 2, and those two are not adjacent to one another. Whereas, just to drive this point home, let's say we had something along the lines of that. In that case, because there are more office cubes than green cubes or residential cubes, now this can grow either there, it can grow there, it can grow there, or it could grow there. That is all legal because now that is adjacent to one another. Does that make sense? I hope so. And the fact that this is a 20-second delay, I apologize, but I'm going to assume that all of that makes sense. So that is residential development. The next step, and this can go in the other direction with this, let's say we did something along the lines of that, okay? And let's say we have this there. All right. So it's a little bit harder to see, so a moment. Let me push that out a little. All right. So the second part, or it could be the first part, you can do this before you do the residential. You can, for every group of contiguous adjacent blue commercial cubes, those will grow if the number of adjacent green groups is more than the number of blue cubes in a commercial group. All right. So how can we do this? Let's say it were no. Say it were this. This is one green group of 3 cubes. This is one green group of 1 cube. So those are 2 different groups of green, okay? This is one group of 3 blue. If the number of green groups adjacent to the blue group, if the number of green groups is greater than the number of blue cubes, the blue cubes grows. So this is now 2, this is 3, blue will not grow. However, if it were that, Now it will grow because that is one green group, two green group, one blue cube. This will grow. Our options to grow, again, it must grow to where it's a part of that same group. It cannot grow there. It cannot grow there. It cannot grow there. So therefore, its options are there or there. That's it. Hopefully that makes sense. So that is all of development. So development is go ahead and grow green and grow blue if possible. And again, that is compulsory. It must happen. The next phase after that is going to be, hey, income, let's go ahead and get paid. All right. Or tax revenue. All right. So you're going to gain money based on a couple of different things. You're going to get one from City Hall. You just get $1 no matter what, because City Hall will always be there. Then for every powered blue commercial group, they're going to generate money depending on the height and the size. All right, so let's say for argument's sake, we had expanded it to that. And it must be powered, so let's say we had it like so, okay? Or, there. That's now powered. As soon as that second blue one went on, it was now powered. Does that make sense? I hope so. So for every blue commercial group is going to get money depending on this table over here. Now this table says the size of the group in number of cubes going across the top, and then the height of the cubes going down this way. So the number of cubes is 2 cubes. The height is going to be 2. So therefore, that's going to pay us $4. Does that make sense? Yes, I hope so. So there we go. Every single blue powered group. Now, if this were here, that is still a part of that group. That would now be that because it's a size 3, but it's still only a height of 2. So it'd be worth $7, but it's still only one group, okay? And as long as one block is powered, the whole group is powered. If we had this here, that is a group and that is a group. However, this group is not powered. Why? Because it's not orthogonally adjacent to a power plant. So the yellow one that is diagonal over there, that's not orthogonal. And this one is level 2. This is level 1. There isn't a level 2. So therefore, all that we would have is this. So then it would be 2 cubes, 2 high, $4 in income. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, then your parking groups. This is no longer a parking garage. Once it goes higher than 1, it is no longer a parking lot. Okay, this is an elevator. But let's say, there we go. That's all legal now. We have a parking lot. You're going to get $1 per cube adjacent to this group. So if that is now one group of parking lots, how many cubes are adjacent to this group of parking lots? We have 1, 2, 3. So this is worth $3 income. Okay, if this were out here, that'd be $4 income. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, it's only orthogonal, so that doesn't count. So that's going to be income. Then the final phase is going to be the public works phase. You're allowed for $5 per cube that is already out on the board. You may place 1 black cube or 1 yellow cube from the reserve, meaning not from the bag over there, and place it out here on the board. So if this were our current situation right here, and let's just say it were that, so that that can be built, if I choose to build a black cube, there are 2 existing black cubes, so for every 1, so this would be the 3rd black cube, that would cost me $15. I would have to have $15 to be able to pay for that. If I wanted to build another power plant or a yellow cube, that would be our 2nd one, so therefore that would cost me $10 again from there. But you're only allowed to build 1, and it's an either or, either yellow or black. That is not compulsory, all right? but that is just if you wish to do so. All right, so we do that 10 times. Then we go into final scoring. Final scoring is going to be, you're going to get 1 point for every $5 that you have. Okay, so if you ended up at, say, 50 bucks, 1 point per 5, that would be 10 points. Okay, then you're going to lose 1 point for every building that's out here in the suburbs, so that would be a total of 1. And then you're going to get points for powered green groups. So just like how we got income for the blue earlier, we're going to get victory points for green powered at the end. Now notice, at no point during the game did I mention that these need to be powered. And the reason for that is they just have to be powered by the end of the game. So just like how the scoring went for the blue, again, the number of cubes, the total height, for every group of green out there that is powered, you're going to score points. Whoever has the most points, or, well, that's not entirely true. It's going to be, you're going to score as many points as possible because in the solo, Homestead, 0 to 39, you sucked. Over 100, Megalopolis, you were amazing. My goal is neighborhood. There we go. I figured neighborhood's neighborly and friendly and stuff. So there we go. That's my goal. That's what I'm going to call a success. 60 points. So we'll see how that goes. And there you go. That's how you play Town Center. You guys all right? Cool. All right. Good deal. All right. Nice. By the way, the Earl Dumerest, that's Todd Sanders. That's the graphic design and artist here. Him and Samo, right? You guys work together on this, I believe, Todd, right? I believe so. I don't want to misspeak, but I believe so. So there we go. All right, let me bring up the camera, bring up the chat. Hey, what's up, y'all? Do you guys like this view? Does that work out for you guys over here? And by the way, what 2 colors did I start with over here? Because I got to throw those back in the bag. I forgot during the example. I think it was a yellow and a black. It might have been a green and a... somebody tell me, because I don't remember. Put a black and a green. Thank you, Murr. Black and a green. These go back into the bag. Thank you. All right. Murr's on the ball. All right. So, over under on Glory to Rome's. 2.5. And am I going to succeed? Am I going to score 60 or more points building the neighborhood? Okay, that's the goal. Anything above that is awesome. So that is fail below 60. Hey, Kevin, you're here. That's all that matters. Oh, there we go. All right. So Todd says, I took Sampo's original design layouts and added new maps. There you go. Cool. How's everybody doing this Thursday? Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to go take a look and try out new chairs. I figure I spend enough time in this chair. It's a business expense that, yeah. And this way I actually have a chair back at my desk because this is my desk chair I've been using. So, all right. Oh, nice. Loss and over. Thanks, Martha. Jeez. All right. So we go into round 1. So we will, and you guys can see this. I don't need to do this out here. So I will do this. All right. Thank you, Rich. All right. Cube jumping out at me. Let's throw that back in the bag. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, wait. We draw 3. Sorry. Ooh, choices. All right, so now we're going to choose one and then we're going to build. Oh boy. I could make a case for keeping all those. I mean, I can't. Thanks, Lawrence. Peanut Gallery is local. What's up?
Why can't you keep all of them? Nothing. You told me to pop in. So.
Oh, hi. There you go. Hey, there's a J-Rex sighting. How was the walk?
In a Cooper. Very long, very hot.
Okay. All right. So I can only keep 2 of these. Hey, Cooper. You know, I think I'm going to keep the parking lot because income early on. I need to be able to get to $5 to be able to pay for one of these potentially. So I like doing that, and I'm not going to be able to power stuff. And I think commercial is going to be worth money early on, and I'm not going to work. So I'm going to put this back in. So we'll see how that goes. All right. All right. So now that is phase 1. We have drawn 3, keep 2. Okay, easy enough. Phase 2 is going to be placement. So I can only go level 1 with anything because I don't have an elevator out there. And you know what? I'll go ahead and put a parking lot out there so it's adjacent to at least one building. So that parking lot will get me $1 income here in a little bit. And you know, I don't really have a good reason one way or the other right now. So I think I will go ahead and put the commercial out there so it's also adjacent to the parking lot. So there you go. There's the placements. Okay. Blue cannot be adjacent to any other blue during this phase, but obviously. So there you go. Okay. Hey, yeah. If you guys have any audio or video issues, hit refresh. Try that. All right. So phase 3 is going to be development. So there's no green out here, so green's not going to grow. And for blue, for every adjacent green unit more than blue, well, that's not going to grow. So, okay. So nothing's going to grow. So we skip development phase 3. And you know what? I'm tired of looking at it there. This is actually off camera. That works. So phase 4 is tax revenue. Blue need to be powered. It's not powered. Blue doesn't score me anything based on this chart because it's not powered. Okay. However, I get 1 for City Hall, so I get $1. Then I get $1 for each orthogonally adjacent building to a parking lot. 1, 2. So that's going to be a total of $3. We're up to 6. We're rolling deep in it now. Deep. Okay? All right. So, good. Now phase 5. I can, if I wish, spend 5 of those glorious dollars to build one of these. However, there's already a black cube out there. So to be able to build this black cube, I guess I should put them here. To build this black cube would cost me $10. I have 6. That ain't happening. So the question is, do we spend the $5 here to put out a power plant? Now, if we choose to do so, we could power the commercial, which is going to be worth $1 right now, right? Or we could power the parking lot, which then could make it an elevator when we get another black one. I don't know. Hey, Rainer. I don't know. Is it worth the $5? Peanut Gallery, yes or no? Worth the $5 to build this? And if so, I think we build it here because remember, this is also an office building, right? So that would power that and that. So is it worth it? What say you? This is Portland breakfast. Still enjoying my Steve Smith teas from Portland. That I think it was, oh shoot, I think it was Paul that sent these. One of the patrons. This is amazing tea. I have been savoring these and trying to stretch them out because the gem matcha that I get, I haven't gotten more yet. 100 bag thing of the Gen Matcha is like $71. I'll be honest, that's why I asked them for a sponsorship. No, but so I can't really justify that. But God, it's good tea. Oh, that's good. I think it's worth it. Kevin agrees with me, so let's do it. Let's spend the $5. So there we go. And we're going to place that bad boy right there. So now that's going to be powered and that's powered. Now, that's great, but retroactively it doesn't help us get paid, but it will for the next round. So that's the end of the first round. We go into round 2. And again, this is superfluous. This is not a round track. Although, you know, having a little marker out there visually for you guys, I thought, you know, works. So there you go. All right, cool. All right. Okay, back to round 1, or phase 1. Draw 3. And I like that you guys can see me drawing. Again, because I'm totally paranoid that you guys are going to think that I'm somehow cheating. I don't know why. Yeah. All right, here we go. Oh, wow, there we go again. I'm really glad that we paid for that, because if we hadn't, we wouldn't have anything powered. So that's good. Okay. Well, I'm thinking we keep both of those this turn. Oh, but there's the problem, right? Son of a... See, the problem here is... Oh, the problem is I can't build too high because that's a parking lot and not an elevator. Now, if I kept that, I could make it an elevator, but it costs me money. But if we kept these two, right? So if I were to build like that, neither of them will expand, will they? But that's powering 3 different offices. Yeah, I think we go there. So that's phase 1, is claiming those and putting the parking lot back, or the black cube back into the bag. Phase 2 is building, because again, blue cannot be built adjacent to blue, green cannot be built adjacent to green. So let's walk through this a little bit. I cannot build this here for a couple of reasons. One, it's adjacent to blue, but also I'm not allowed to go too high, but okay. I cannot build that there, because remember, that's an office building as well. I can't build it there. But here, at least they're all powered. But remember, endgame points are going to be these bad boys powered as well. And green can't be next to green, but that's okay. So that's phase 2. Now phase 3 is development. Phase 3, again, for every adjacent office cube, more than green units. Okay? There are 2 office cubes, more than green. So therefore, green will expand. Okay? All right. Yeah, Scott, you nailed me. So we're going to grab a green from over in this pile over here. Okay? All right. So green is allowed to expand. And in fact, it's compulsory, must expand. So because we cannot expand vertically, because we are limited to level 1 right now, I literally only have 2 options. Cost myself a point and build out there, or go ahead and build there. Awesome. Done. And remember, that is compulsory. In addition to that, for every adjacent green unit, more than blue cubes in the unit, add a blue cube. So there is 1 green unit and 1 blue cube. 1 and 1. 1 is not bigger than 1. It does not expand. Okay? Okay. So does that make sense? Thanks, Stacy. Although it sounded like pulling teeth. I will say that. All right. Yeah, and I don't know what the right answer is here. I am not well versed in town center. So here we go. But starting with this, and then working up to the Tramways workbook, and then working up into clinic, or working up those two to go into clinic and then into small city. This is going to be important because a lot of these rules that apply here are going to apply to those other games. So keep that in mind. So there was actually thought that went into the order of these streams. Okay. All right. So I think that's good. We're done with development. Now we do tax revenue. We get $1 for City Hall. We get $1 for every cube adjacent to this. So that's 1 for City Hall, then 1 and 1 for being adjacent to the parking lot. That's a total of 3. 1, 2, 3. But then for every powered office building, okay, we're going to go ahead and figure it out. So this office building is 1 cube, 1 high. 1 high, or 1 cube, 1 high is going to be $1. This office building, again, 1 by 1, and this one, 1 by 1. So that's going to be 3 of those, so it's going to be $3 additional. $1, $2, $3. So we're up to $7. Okay? All right. That makes sense, I hope, to everybody. So that is our income. Now, buying. Again, this is coming from over there. Again, I can choose one of those, but there's already one of those each on the board, which means each of those would cost me $10. I have $7. Never mind, we're not doing public works. That's the end of the second round. Round 3, here we go. All right, we're gonna draw out of the bag. Exactly, Todd. All of his games are connected, take place in the same city, so knowledge does carry over, and that's why I did it in the order that I did it. Thought it made sense. All right, so we're going to draw 3. Oh, wait, that one has glue on it. There we go, I can feel that. Not really. I really wanted a parking lot in this case. That sucks. Or a black cube. Well, we're going to keep a yellow. Question is, do we keep both yellows? Oof. Man, that is really an unfortunate draw. I don't think we keep both yellows, so toss this one back into the bag. How many black are in there? There's only 3 more black. Okay. All right. So, well, if I don't want to lose any points, so that was phase 1. Phase 2 is placement. Again, green cannot be adjacent to green. Okay? All right. So, I mean, I think this is what makes the most sense. I think so. And now, really hope like hell I'll be able to build vertically. But remember, there's only 1 black, so I might be able to grab another black for $10 because we get income here in a minute. I think that's the no-brainer way to play that there, having not chosen the second black cube earlier. I feel like my hand is kind of forced. Again, trying not to go out into the suburbs, because remember, suburbs can only be 1 high. So again, only having 1 height, right? Like having, it's just not worth a whole lot, okay? Oh shoot, did I do that wrong? Hold on. You're right. You are 100% right. David, you're right. That shouldn't have expanded. That should go away. It's red, office buildings. And hold on. And that is an office building that is not a commercial cube. Let me back that up. So that would be $1 less. I think that's right. There you go. Oh, I won't be able to power the elevator. Shoot. All right, so hold on before I place those. Good call. Well, now that I have that spot open, I agree. I think doing that and doing that, so that actually worked out because, again, The player aid I was looking at was wrong. Sorry. Good catch. Good catch. Yeah, that's going to become an elevator. I guess we don't do much by way of parking lot, right? Because we're going to pay to put another black up here. I forget, this is actually red, not blue. And you can't put parking lots out here in the suburbs. Okay, all right. Okay. There we go. All right, cool. Now we got it all straight, so I gave up the $1 for having that earlier. All right, so wait. I just gave up the $1. That was it. That's all it was, right? Because I did that in the first round, that in the second round. We're good. We're good. We're okay. It's red. It's red. I'm actually going to set one of the little red ones here to remind me that purple is red. There we go. I think we're okay. I think I just cost myself $1, so we're okay. Because no, we're good. Okay, I'm all right with that. Sorry about that, guys. Just got the colors wrong. All right, so now that we have built those two, we now are looking at expansion, development. Contiguous green cubes grows if red is bigger than the number of green cubes in a group. There's only one red, green cubes, so there's one green cube in that group, there's one green cube in that group. Again, this is red. So 1, 1, that's not bigger, so green does not expand. All right, so then blue, number of contiguous blue cubes in a group, so there's one, grows if adjacent to green groups is bigger. This is adjacent to one green group, so it does not grow. There we go. So no development there. Now we do income. Get $1 from City Hall. There. Then powered blue commercial groups generate. Again, it's going to be this one and this one, so it's going to be $1 each because they're both one high, so it's going to be $2 more. 1, 2, and then the parking lot is going to be 1, 2, 3 adjacent. So 1, 2, 3 adjacent. Done. There's our income. Now, do we want to buy either of those? I think the answer is yes. Going to be building a black or buying a black cube. And a black cube, it's powered here, so it's now an elevator. That will be too high. That's going to cost me, it's the second one, going to cost me $10. So we drop to $2. And now everything can be too high. Ah, that's better. There we go. All right. That was phase 5 for Public Works. We go into turn 4 and we draw. All right. Sheesh. See, I understand why he didn't, but I do wish that was like purple and red, like zebra striped or something like that. All right, well. All right, so that is no longer a parking lot, so that will no longer get us any income. Did I short myself $1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was at 7, 13. Yep, I shorted myself $1. Thank you. Thank you, David. All right. So now, blue cannot be placed next to blue. Where can I place that? Oh. All right, we're going to keep a yellow and a blue. So put the other yellow back. So that's phase 1. Phase 2 is placement. Blue cannot be placed next to another blue. However, if I were to place this, say, there, or, I think that's a better spot. It's not powered yet, but I'm allowed to go too high now, okay? So now the question is, where do I place this here? If I do, it's now powered. If I put it on either of those residential, it's also powered. But as it is, the commercial, this commercial will now be able to expand, whereas the residential still won't be able to expand because we need to be able to draw a red cube, and we need to have $5 when we draw a red cube. I think that's okay. I think we'll leave it like that. I think that's good. I'm just trying to figure out whether or not to push the yellow, the power plant, on top of one of the greens. So what if I did instead, if I did this? It's still the same thing for right now. I kind of like that better. I think, maybe? I think so, for in-game scoring, exactly, Lawrence. I think so. Yeah, we need red, but we can't draw red, so. And how many red are there? There are 3 of them in there, so they're coming. All right. All right, so that's done. Yeah, I'm good with that. That's going to be the placement. Now for expansion. Here we go. Contiguous green cubes adjacent to red cubes. Again, the purple is red, so it's 1-to-1, so green still doesn't expand. Okay. However, group of contiguous adjacent blue cubes. Oh, wait. No, blue will not expand, will it? Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. What if we did this instead? What if I did that? Because now it will, but it can't expand except out into the suburbs. Ah! Nope, wait. There. Final answer. There we go. I think I like that better because now it will expand, because if it was there on top of the purple, it's not adjacent to either of the greens, so it won't expand. However, during development, a group of blue cubes grows if the number of green groups, 1, 2, is bigger than the number of blue cubes. It is. So therefore, blue will now finally expand. This blue will not expand because it's only adjacent to 1 green group, and this one's adjacent to 0, but this one is adjacent to 2 of them. So blue will now grab a cube from the reserve, and now I have 3 legitimate expansion spots. I have 1, 2, or better yet, 3, and now it's powered. Does that make sense? I hope so. There. That's the right play. Got to think my way out of a paper bag. All right. So that is going to be development. Now we're going to do income. We're going to get $1 for City Hall, so I don't forget that again. We're up to 4. We do not get anything for parking lots because I don't have any parking lots. I now have a elevator. However, I'm going to get income for powered commercial groups. This commercial group is powered, that commercial group is powered, that commercial group is powered. So now, each one individually is going to pay out, okay? That's going to be worth $1, that's going to be worth $1 because it's 1 cube each and they're 1 high, okay? Whereas the other one is 2 cubes and they are 2 high. so 2 high, or 2 cubes total, and they are 2 high, is going to be $4 for a total of 6. 6 plus 4, we're at 10. All that makes sense? You guys with me? And now, to be able to buy a yellow cube would be $20. We have 10. To buy a black cube, it would be $15. We have 10. End of turn number 5. Okay. Phase 1, draw 3 cubes. You know what? I think I want a red and a black, or at least a red for sure. So here we go. All right. We're keeping the red, so that makes that a non-decision. There we go. Okay. This is going to cost us $5 to build this. So we're going to spend $5 to build that, because during construction phase, it costs $5 to be able to build it. And residential grow if the number of adjacent office cubes is bigger than the number of the cubes in the residential group. But now, how do I build this well? Suggestions on that one? Because remember, the purple is red, so it's adjacent to 1 red. I can make one of the greens expand, but I can't make both expand. But it would have to go out into the suburb. Oh. Because even if I put it on top, each green is only adjacent to one of those. The purple one, not the other red. I want to double check one thing in the rule book. Give me a second. Yeah. But if I put it in the middle, David, the problem with that is the fact that each of those residential is only adjacent to 1 red. It still won't build. It still won't grow. So that doesn't work. Ooh. However, I think it might be what I'm wondering, thinking out loud here, is if I put the red here, it doesn't help me right now. I understand that. But if I can get a green and put it here, that green would then be adjacent to that red, and it would expand. If I expand it here, that now goes from 2 single greens to 1 3-size green. 1 here, 1 there, and 1 there. Or is that short-sighted? I don't know. Ugh. I mean, the other option is I put the red here, and now this green's adjacent to 2, and it can grow. And the only way that could grow is to grow vertically. Then I would have to put another red. Yeah, see? Red on top of the right green. Then you can put a green on top of the city hall, which will grow. See, that also makes sense. That's a fair point. I guess I hadn't thought about that. Is I could, same idea, I guess. But this actually makes it adjacent to potentially another green on top. That actually is better than putting it on the yellow. I agree. Good call, Zach. Yeah, I like that idea. So I think we'll put it there, which this green will then be able to expand to there. In fact, it must, so it will go there, but we'll get there in a minute. We have to place this other power plant. Yeah. Everything is powered right now, isn't it? So I don't need that yellow. But you have to place it. Yeah. That's crazy. I guess since everything is already powered right now, question is, do I put it here? That way I'm not cutting off anything important. Or I guess there completely doesn't cut off anything important. I guess that I lose the point, but yeah, I don't know that I have much of a choice. So, all right. So development. And I can do this in either order. I will do the residential first. So residential cubes grows if adjacent office cubes is more than cubes in a group. So there is one red, there is another red. So that's two red, which is more than that green in the group. That will grow. Literally, that's the only place that that can grow. All right. Now the other one, the other green over here is only adjacent to one red, i.e. the purple. So therefore, it can't grow. Done. So now, the number of adjacent green groups adjacent to blue cubes. So there are two blue cubes there and adjacent to two green groups. So it does not grow. And that's only adjacent to one green. That's adjacent to no green. Done. That's it. All right. So now income. Get $1 for City Hall. There. No parking lots. And now powered commercial groups. All right, so that's going to be $1. That's going to be $1 like last time. So 7, 8. And now this guy is going to be another $4. That hasn't changed. So 1, 2, 3, $4. Done. $12. I still can't afford to buy anything, so I'm not going to. Into the 6th round. I am not doing well right now, just FYI. All right, let's draw better. Hey, Justin. All right, have a good one. Thanks for stopping in. Staying safe, I promise. All right, grab 3 good ones, hopefully. Okay, all right. So what do we got? So if, I'm thinking we keep these 2, I think. So throw the yellow back in. If I were to go there, that would be adjacent to 2 red. That will immediately grow. It can grow to there only. Oh man, this is really hard. If I were to put, I'm just thinking out loud here. No, that's terrible. That's adjacent. No, that's terrible. No. Maybe. What if I did that? The commercial would grow, but the problem is the commercial would grow out into the suburbs because it's now adjacent to two. No, I hate that. Okay, not that. Never mind. So do we do this? And then the green would grow there, but where? And then I could put the red. I mean, I could put the red there or there, which then the green would grow up. If I can get a black, I need to be able to go to. I cannot put, these are level 1 only out in the suburbs, David. I mean, ugh. I'm a terrible town planner, apparently. So I think I do something like that. And that cost me $5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because placing the red. If it doesn't have a space to grow, it cannot. It's compulsory if it's possible, but if not, you just forego. So what you're saying is if I were to build the red there, green cannot grow. It's supposed to grow, but it cannot grow, so therefore it does not grow. Which begs the question now, hold on. If I do so, and I pull a black, I then can build vertically, and that would be next to 3. So then that would build one more high. It would build vertically. That's also an option. Put it below green. Oh, you're saying like here? Like there? That would allow green to grow, wouldn't it? That's actually probably better. Because, yeah, I kind of like that idea. I like that. Good call, David. I think so, because now there's 1, 2 in that group of green, and there's 1 red, and then the purple, which is red, which is 3. So green will be able to grow up, and that's good. And it's powered because it's powered from here, which is connected to there, which is connected to there. I like that idea. I like where your head's at. Good thinking. All right, so that's both the placements. I paid the $5 for placing the second red, or for placing it. It's always $5 for placing a red during that phase. Then here, expansion. As we said, green cubes grow, so that's going to grow there because for the reason I just explained. And then this green also will grow because there's a red there and a red there. So that green will grow to that spot there. You guys following along? Does that make sense why that's the case? I'm going to move these over a little bit so you guys can see the purple, which is red. All right. Good. All right, now, do any of the commercial grow? Because they need green groups. I don't think that's changed. It has. Nope, it hasn't, because diagonals don't count. So this group up here needs 3 individual green groups adjacent to it. It has 1 right here. That's 1 group because of that bottom one. It has 1 on the top row up there. That's 2. And unfortunately, it's not adjacent to that, so 2. And there's 2 there, so that doesn't grow. This one is only adjacent to 1. That one down underneath there, so that doesn't grow. And this is adjacent to 0. That doesn't grow. So that's it for growing. Income. I get $1 for City Hall. And now, for blue commercial groups, it's still going to be $4 because they didn't change. So it's going to be 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to 12. Yep, only, oh, shoot. Only one level in the suburbs. I just said that. Thank you. So that could not go there. It would have to expand there. And that's still adjacent to 2 groups because this is all one group. And that's one group down there, and this is not adjacent. So nothing's changed. Ugh. I'm not spending $25 for a yellow cube, and I'm not spending 15 because I have 12. Around 7. So I really want a black cube is what this comes out to. So just so you guys can see. That's what's left in there. Okay? And so black could be good. I'm not going to lie. 2 black might not be the end of the world. Okay. Oh, one more. I keep forgetting. I do get choice. Oh, ooh. Wow. Well, we're keeping the black. We know that, and that's going to go there. That's a foregone conclusion. Now we can build 3 high. That's a huge boon. So now, do we keep the red? Whew, I think we keep the red, right? Because where can we place the green? We could place the green here, which would be adjacent to 1 red. If we put another there, then it could expand over the, ooh, Right, I'm only keeping 1 of these, right. I think we keep the red? I think so. Did I only give myself $4? I meant 6. 1, 1, and 4. Did I short myself $2? Thank you. Now the red. Okay, so this group here, remember the suburbs can only go 1 high. Wow, I have done a really bad job here. So just what if? I'm just going to play around with some stuff. If I put that there, that is now adjacent to 1, 2, 3, so that can grow and that can grow vertically. That's good. That helps this group here. Doesn't help anything else. Oh, I neutered this whole housing group, didn't I? Wow. Oh, that was bad. How do I grow? No. So I think I need to focus on these, right? Which that's actually a pretty good spot in that case, because I want those to be able to grow vertically. And that's now adjacent to 3, so that can build up 1. Oh, and that cost me $5. If I were to put it like that, that does the same thing, but I don't necessarily want to do that because that's going to make it a different group. But what if we did this? That's now, that could build 3 there. It doesn't help anything. Oh, man. Whew. Actually, I think this makes more. Do I keep the green instead? What if I place the green there? I'd be able to grow that, which would give me more money. No, I think that makes more sense. So it's either there or here. Because if we place a green now there, that'd be adjacent to 2, and that can grow. I like that better. I think that final answer, I'll make my mistakes, and that'll be that. So now growth. Residential adjacent to red cubes. So this group in the middle there, that yellow or that green group, is now adjacent to the purple, which is 1 red, 2 red, 3 red, and there's 2 cubes there, so the green will grow. The green will grow. It could grow there, but, oh, or hold on. The green could grow there. If the green grows there, then the blue could expand, but if the blue expands, it would have to go out into the suburbs, which would cost me a point, and that's not going to get me enough money to make the difference. That would only be $3, whereas it's $5 a point. So no, we'll build vertically. Here we go. So that green has expanded. I don't think anything else changed with that. This green group cannot build any more because it can only go 1 high out here, and it's cut off all the way around, so there's that. That back there is adjacent to 1 red back there, the city hall, so that's it. So that's all the expansion on that. And now blue, I don't think anything has changed. That's still only adjacent to 2, so it's going to be the same thing. So income's going to be $6, which will get us to 15. Done. Grow green on top of blue, and then you can grow blue. I can. It does that. But so what we're talking about, real quick, because nothing's going to change on this, I guess it would, is if I grow that way, that blue expands, but blue can only expand to the suburbs and nothing can go on top of it. All right, what the hell, we'll do that. So blue will expand. So I'll build there. So blue expands because it's adjacent to 1 green there and the other green back underneath there. All right, so I will go with that. So therefore, that group back, so this is worth $1, that's worth $4. This group now out there is 2 cubes, 1 high, so it'd be an extra $2. All right, 1, 2 for income for that extra 1 back there. That makes sense? And we would need $20. We only have 17. We're not going to do anything, so we are on round number 8. We will draw. Hoping for a black. Pull 3 out. Okay. So we're keeping the black and a green, apparently. And FYI, that's what's left. Okay. All right. So black, obviously, is going there. Now we can go 4 high. Now, if we were to place the green, just as an example, that blue group down there is now adjacent to 3 different green groups, so blue would expand to there, which would then be worth $6, but I'm losing another point for building there and there. I struggle hard with this type of game, Zach, so I feel free to chime in. That's fine. I am all for it. So this green, if I were to place this green here, that's now adjacent to 2 reds, right? So if I were to place it there, it will expand, and it expands, it could expand to there, which now this is adjacent to 1 other, which would have to expand out into the suburbs. Or it could expand vertically, which, victory points, right? I mean, I think that makes sense for the green. I mean, the other option is I could go there, but it doesn't expand. And the other thing to keep in mind is, remember, this is not powered now. So if that expands up, I could put a yellow here, but I'm not helping blue expand. And ultimately, it's only green that gets us victory points, though, remember, right? Whereas, if I built it here, it's powered, but it won't expand because there's only one red adjacent to it. You know what? I think we build it there. Final answer, done. So that's placement. So now expansion. So green is going to expand, as I just mentioned. It's adjacent to those two red. That is going to go here. And I just realized I could put the yellow there, and it will power it there. So there's that. This green is cut off, so that can't expand. The green back there is still hasn't changed. It's only adjacent to the one purple, so there's that. This green is only adjacent to, there's one there, and one in there, so it's adjacent to three reds, because the purple, but 3 and 3, it's not bigger, so it will not expand. That's all the green expansion. Now blue, however, this blue group, the blue man group, if you will, is adjacent to one group down here, one group up here, 2, a group back here by itself, that's 3. There's only 2 in there. So blue is going to expand, and the only place that blue can expand is going to be over here into the suburbs. Just points, who cares, right? It's just to remind people that I'm yellow. That's all. That's all, Lawrence. Because when you play multiplayer, who's yellow? Whose marker is that? That's all that is. Let's see. Anything else change? That blue up here is adjacent to 1, 2 green. That's it there. And this one's adjacent to 0, so we're done. That's all the expansion. And now quiche. I get $1 from City Hall. 1. And now powered blue. I get 1 for this. Those 2 are 2, but only 1 high. I get $3 for that. 1, 2, 3. And then this one is going to be a group of 3, 2 high, which is going to be $7 more. So that's 3 and 4, $29. All right. Penultimate round. Back up. I have enough money right now to where I could spend $25 to put a 5th black cube out there. However, you're allowed 5 high, and I have a 75% chance of being able to draw that black one because, remember, black cannot go out in the suburbs and it can't be built on top of anything other than black, so I'm not going to do that. In yellow, I could spend $25 to put out that one. Same problem, not going to do it, so I'm not going to do anything here in Public Works. So now we will go to the penultimate round. All right, so is all this making sense? And I hope having the PTZ camera offset to where you guys can see the depth of this, is all that making sense? Somebody clue me in. Tell me that grunt once for yes. Okay? Okay. All right, that one's got the glue. Just kidding. Well. Okay. That's going to happen. That's all the black. But now the question is, what do we do? Now, if I put the yellow there, right, it would power the green. Is there another red? I can't remember. There is not. So, where are the possible places for the green? There. But it would not be powered. So that doesn't make sense. It would help both of the commercial districts, which would get me more money, but it doesn't help me. I cannot place the green on top of anything on the outskirts, right? I can place the green here and it would be powered. And it would be adjacent to one red, but that's all. So it wouldn't expand. So it'd be worth 2 points. I cannot place it here. I cannot place it there. I can place it on top of the red, which that would be 4 high, 1. That'd be worth 7 points if I put the green right there. And I cannot place it anywhere else up there. So the green on top of the red's worth 7 points. That seems something... Oh. Put the green on the top left and unify blue. That would be 1, 2, 3 different groups. Ooh, we could do that. Oh, that'd be a ton of points. That's a fair point. So if I were to put this here, that's kind of, yeah, let's see what happens. So I'll put the yellow back into the bag. I like that, David. Let's just see what happens. Okay. All right, so that is phase 1 and 2. Now expansion. All right, so obviously I don't think anything's changed as far as greens have gone for expansion. So the green that I just placed cannot expand. It's not adjacent to any red. And this one is, this up here is adjacent to 1 red, 2 red, and there are 2 green cubes, so it can't expand. That one is cut off. That one there is 3 cubes adjacent to 3 red, cannot expand. So green cannot expand. However, blue, the blue back here, that is now adjacent to 1 group, 2 groups, and the 3rd group at the bottom floor there. So that means this blue cube, it can expand there. And now it joins into one massive blue group. All right. And still lonely, local supermarket, doesn't expand, done. All right, income. We get $1 for City Hall. All right, so blue, I get 1 for this. Then I only have 1 other blue group, but it is too high, right, as you can see here. But it's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cubes. It's 6 cubes, too high. That's going to be $22. That seems good. 22 and 31, I'm pretty sure is 53. Useful. All right, so there's our money. So now, do we want to, black is dead. And we cannot build another black anywhere, so we're never going to build another black. And yellow, pretty sure we have 1 yellow left. We're going to draw it. Do we want to pay $25, 5 points, to put out a yellow? I don't think so, because to the best of my knowledge, the only place we want to build a yellow is going to be to power those, and that's it. Yeah, correct, Christoph. Yep, you nailed it. Yeah, I know. Blue block group, right. All right, so final round. We draw the last 2 cubes. Bag's empty. All right, so I'm pretty sure that now everything is powered. That green group is now powered. And since that's powered, I think we just go there. I think so. I think that's it. All right. So I think we're done. That's building. I am pretty sure there's not going to be any expansion. So, hold on. Check that. Why wouldn't I do that? Doesn't that make more sense? It's worth an extra 4 points. Everything's powered now. Okay, I think so. So now let's get our income again. There's not going to be any expansion. Nothing else has grown here. So, right? I mean, I can't, no, there's not going to be 7 groups adjacent to that. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Okay. If I put that green on top of the blue, oh, you mean here? I cannot. I can't put it here because it'd be adjacent to that. Those are my 2, right? I cannot place on top of any of those blues because they're suburbs. I cannot place on top of this blue because it'd be adjacent to another green. So you cannot do that. So there are no blues that I can place on top of. The green on the top left is not powered. Ooh. Yeah, that one will not be powered. That is a true statement. That's worth 1, and this is worth 11. So I guess that's the only one that won't be powered. Top center. I cannot place on top of any of those because they're in the suburbs. Right, okay, cool. All right, so I think that's where we go. So our income, we get $1 for City Hall. We get 1 for the neighborhood supermarket there, or general store, as it feels. And then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, too high. So 6, too high is $22. 22 is 77. Okay, done. So that is that, and I'm obviously not going to do it. So now we go into final scoring, okay? All right, for every $5, I get a point. So that's, what, 15? 15 points? Right, 15 times 5? No, yes, 15 times 5. There you go. So there's 15 points. Lose a point for everyone in the suburbs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm down to 8 points. Our goal was 60, right? Just checking. This one doesn't count. That's not powered, so we're just going to get rid of that. Okay. And now all of the green groups now score. There are 3 in this one, and they're level 1 high. 3 groups, level 1 high, 6 points. 2, 4, up to 14. Those are done. Then we'll do this group, which is going to be 2 blocks, 3 high. 2 blocks, 3 high is going to be 6 points. We're up to 20. So that's those and that. This one up here is 1 block, 5 high. 5 high, 1 block. 11 points, though. That's the 31. We're halfway home. Okay. Then we have that guy back there by himself is just 1 high, 1 point. Then this group is going to be 3 groups or 3 blocks too high. 3 blocks too high is 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 39 points. Gets us, hold on, it's 30, did I win? Did I win? No. Wow. Damn. I had 8, oh, I didn't. 38 points. Do as I say, not as I do. Damn you, Albin. That is really good. And I struggle mightily at games like this. Spatial, you guys are going to laugh your asses off when we get to Clinic, because that game, not good at all. Spatial, fail. But I had fun playing it, so yeah, I'm pretty sure 38. Yeah. Right. Oh. Well, I had fun. I fixed the one thing I screwed up. I got the color wrong, that's all. Just the fact that it's purple, but it also doubles as red, not as blue, so my bad on that. Yeah, so. And by the way, the player aid's not wrong. It's just it could use one more red block on it, and that would have fixed that problem earlier. But whatever. Anyway. Well, I appreciate those that had confidence that I was going to do well. But yes, me and Spatial, not good. But man, that game, for such a simple game, like, okay, I mean, you're talking about, oh, this is adjacent to this and that, not and whatever, and you know, you need to be careful not to, you know, do that. But outside of that, the rules on this are actually really, really simple. It's just a matter of, okay, math. 2 bigger than 1, yeah, it expands. Okay, that type thing. But for such a simple game, oh my God, does this break your brain? At least it does mine. And obviously, Zach is a huge fan of this. He really likes the spatial aspect of this. Also, one other thing I wanted to show you guys is there's that board, right? But on the back side of this, there's the City Park one. So if you hate yourself a little bit more, and here, I'll show you guys this. A little bit more zoom, a little zoomied. There we go. And actually, I can get it a little bit tighter than that so you guys can see the details. I've never messed with this one, so I cannot speak to it. But it looks harder. So if you take a look where the suburbs are, right? What is that space right there? Oop. Hayden Planetarium. Okay, Upper West. Oh, so that's Central Park. Okay. All right. But yeah, you guys can see there that all of the suburbs, so you have the suburbs there, all of those. So there you go, as opposed to that side of it there. So, all right. Yeah, definitely it's Central Park. But, oh, and the flip side of these, different shape. You see there's 8 in there and 9 on the side that we played. Okay. So, yeah, amazing teacher. Yeah, do as I say, not as I do. So, but I had fun with it. And yeah, once I got rolling, I did terribly. But once I got rolling, like it was, I think it flowed pretty well once I got started. And yeah, the game does exactly what it tries to do, which is just frustrate the ever-living Paduki out of you in a good way. But I mean, if you're watching this, a lot of you guys are masochists and enjoy the pain like I do. So Yeah, so Town Center. Check it out. No idea if it's still available. I assume it is, since there were 4 editions, I imagine. And like I said, I don't know, and Todd might be able to speak to this, what the differences are for, yeah, you can make a custom map, all that stuff, but the differences between the earlier design and this one. I don't know if there are any structural differences, mechanical differences in the versions, but yeah, color me impressed for this being such a simple thinky filler. And I don't no, this isn't thinky filler. This is a real game, but it's mechanically simple, but brain melty. So there you go. All right. So that's Town Center. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Todd, for hanging out. Appreciate that. And everybody else, that was enjoyable. Hopefully you guys liked watching me struggle, because I know it's entertaining for you guys, meanies. Give it a thumb if you haven't already. Subscribe as well. Support the show if you guys haven't. Did we get any, and I missed some? No, we didn't. All right. But, hey, support the show. It is my birthday month. I mean, you could think of it as a birthday present. Oh, wow. No, it's almost my birthday month. I guess next month. But anyway. But yeah, support the show over on pledgehc.com. I will be back this time tomorrow, so 3 p.m. tomorrow, for the Tramways Engineer Workbook. Excited to check into that. So yeah, thanks, guys. That was a lot of fun. So have a great day. Be kind to one another. Social distance. Do all that. Be smart. Wear your masks. Jess and I are going to take Cooper for a ride. Going to wear our masks and go check out some chairs, because I asked for suggestions. I got a ton of suggestions. I found a place that has a bunch of them that's open. But I'm of the mind that I have to be able to sit in it to be able to tell whether or not it's good. I can't just look at it, whether it's Herman Miller, Human Scale, whatever, any of the, I got to be able to sit in it. So we'll see how it goes. So thank you, everybody. I will see you guys tomorrow, 1500 Eastern, 2100 across the pond, for the Tramways Engineer Workbook. See you guys then. Be kind. Subscribe. All that stuff. Later, guys. Bye. I mean, 38's, it's really, I mean, it's right next to 60. If we were talking geological time period, the years between 39 and 60, or a blink of an eye. So they were like, I barely missed winning that. I mean, just barely. Oof.